You're now tuned in to The Twisted Truth with Corey Wesley, where everyday conversations take an unexpected turn. Entrepreneur, artist, author, and truth seeker, Corey Wesley is here to challenge the way we think, question the norms, and bring fresh perspectives to life, business, and beyond. With unfiltered discussions, special guests, and real talk, get ready for a show that's bold, insightful, and always a little twisted. Buckle up, because the truth isn't always what it seems. And now, here's your host, Corey Wesley. Well, welcome back to another episode of The Twisted Truth with me, Corey Wesley to be exact. Today's topic: are you in a toxic relationship, or are you just dating a human? I wanted to talk about this topic. We live in a world where the term toxic relationship gets thrown around a lot. Almost like confetti at a wedding, right? But let's be real. At what point do we stop diagnosing our partners, friends, and family members as walking red flags? That's why I got my red shirt on today, and start questioning whether we are part of the toxicity too. Now, I know you don't want to hear that you might be toxic. Or better yet, are we just mistakenly normal humans with flaws, like Beyonce says, flaws and alls, for signs of toxicity? Now, I am here as your host to really twist the narrative, basically, because we need to ask ourselves questions. Are they toxic or just annoying? Now, I have had many people who have been in my life that are toxic, but as I always say, you are responsible for the energy you bring into a person's space. So in that regard, I always say that it's also my responsibility to make sure that I am responsible for the energy that is brought into my space, that I make sure that I'm not just allowing anyone into my surroundings. So I want to help you out, okay? I want to break this down a little bit. Emotional manipulation. That's the first thing. So they hit you with the silent treatment. And I got to be honest, I'm guilty for that. Maybe they're just fed up with your nonsense and just need a breather. Not every quiet moment is a tactical, psychological warfare maneuver. Well, in my opinion, when it comes to me, it is. Sometimes the silent treatment is where if you've had a conversation with someone and you don't see any progress, you don't see then maybe they're interrupting you, or just watching a clip about someone who's constantly over talking you or whatever. And in this clip, it was saying that you shouldn't stop talking. You should slow down and make sure that that person understands that you're not finished with your point, and continues talking, but slow the tempo down. Don't speed up, slow it down. And then go back to the individual, say, I understand that you wanted to get your point across earlier, but, and I appreciate that, but I wanted, now I would like to hear what your feedback or whatever your statement or comment was, so that you still have, I don't know, she said power move in this clip, but it's just, to me, being consistent, but confident in delivering that you are not finished your thought. Don't overtalk. I think when you tell someone that they're overtalking you, they're going to continue to overtalk you. So I think her approach is a little bit better, to say, don't overtalk me, but just don't stop. Continue talking. but make it known that you have not finished your thought. And obviously, slow down. I think the slowing down part allows you not to have a tone. It also allows the person to hear you. Like, look, I'm not finished with my thought, but also I think it might take out the attitude in that when someone's over talking you. But I really say don't tell somebody that they're over talking you, because I've done it. And I think anytime you tell somebody that they're over talking you, what do? They over talk you, or the constant criticism. Now, I know a few friends who your friends call your outfit questionable, and suddenly they're emotionally abusive, or maybe they just want you to stop wearing Crocs with socks or things like that, or you know you have the friend that is just criticizing every task, everything you do. You need to improve in this. You need to do that. They always have a criticism, and it's always not positive feedback. I used to be a corporate trainer for many many years, and I trained communication skills, conflict management, and you know management skills, time management, project management. I've trained it all. I trained in the financial sector for over 15, 16 years. And I will say is that, you know, when you are constantly criticized, and I used to tell people that, and I know if you're in the professional field, they usually tell you give two positives and a negative. So you give a positive first, then you give a negative, and then you give a positive. I forget what it's called, but it's a sandwich of being able to give criticism. But sometimes you have those friends that just criticize you all the time, and this is where I guess the philosophy, as I always share with people, with Tom Ford being one of someone that I follow, understand, and appreciate his professionalism, but his also aesthetic in designing, creating, is sometimes you can't tell everyone everything you're working on, because what they will do is, sometimes I think people are not intentionally criticizing, they think they're helping you, but what they are doing is they're feeding into the doubt, the negative that we all have internally, that it's not necessary for them to criticize you. And however, there's a fine line, I find, if a friend constantly is criticizing. Um, it can be emotionally abusive if you've told them that to stop, and then they're not stopping. I think that is truly when I think it becomes questionable. Okay. And here this leads me into the gaslighting. You know, if they don't remember saying something, right? Is it gaslighting, or just a bad memory when they say they don't remember? Now I have a couple of friends that will play this card over and over and over. And one or two of them are no longer in my life for that very reason, because you will tell them they said something and they will beat you down to tell you that they didn't say it. And I'm like, girl or boy, I know you said what you said. It's all about this accountability. Not every forgotten text, in my opinion, although, I question some people's motives, but not every forgotten text is a plot to make you question reality. So sometimes we're quick to say, oh my God, you're gaslighting me. It could be a side effect of Netflix binging, fatigue, or just being up late, having a cocktail too many, or a gummy. No pun intended. But I'm trying to give two sides of this table here, and because sometimes I think that when we are calling out these terms, I think therapy is very important, and gaslighting and all these terms are fairly not new, but they're used so heavily nowadays that sometimes I think people instantly use them against you or use them um for sympathy, I guess, or to make you feel bad when it's not the case. So we have to question ourselves sometimes when it comes to like the gaslighting or just because, like, now not saying if you know you said something and it's something that is bothering you and they are in your face saying, I don't remember saying that. Okay, this is where we question. Is this a bad memory or is this something that they said under at the influence? I had a relationship with someone that I was getting to be friendly with, and I really was starting to treasure that friendship, even though people felt that we were opposites of individuals, which we were, and we were just platonic friends. She had a husband and all that. And we were hanging out, having a great time. He gave me a chocolate gummy. I mean, not a chocolate bar. I mean, chocolate with weed in it, TS, whatever it is. And he gave it, and when he was little. However, he did criticize me a lot about my fashions and stuff like that. And I just was like, and he is in the world of like suits and stuff, and that's great. But I felt like he was criticizing me, and in this trance, I was in a trance. I was saying things, and yes, I might have been feeling some of it, but some of it might have came out so harshly that he took it. He forgot that he gave me a gummy, one, and then he really resents me for saying certain things. But in this scenario, I wasn't not saying that I didn't say certain things, and I did. I don't. I didn't want him to feel bad or anything. I did call him because I was having issues with him because he was criticizing me constantly about my fashion, but he was almost making me feel like he was my father. Like, just not being a friend in a way. And I said so because I was in a trance. And at one point, I was crying and laughing and doing all that stuff. And it's almost like he forgot that he gave me for him to be mad. I guess that's the point that I was getting at, is that he almost forgot that he gave me that. And that might have been a reaction to that, and that we could have discussed it. And it wasn't a plot of me trying to gaslight him or any way to like, oh, that didn't happen. It did happen, but he forgot that he gave me a piece of chocolate that had weed in it that was strong as if. And I swear, I remember crying in the bar, laughing in the bar, and it was just embarrassing. And then at one point in my head, I'll never forget it. It was like a psyche moment, like, oh my God, I'm in a trance. I'm saying shit. And I was like, oh my God, he gave me, because I almost forgot he gave me excuse me, I forgot he gave me the dang thing. And then in the moment, I went to the bathroom, I was vomiting, oh my God, it was the worst night. And now we're not friends. But needless to say, we have to determine whether someone is really forgetful or are they really gaslighting us. Selfishness. Oh, I know a lot of selfish folks. They took the last piece of pizza. Is that toxic? Or they, we go out all the time and I'm the one, I got this, and they never get the second round. Have you ever had those friends that you take out, right? You meet for a drink, right? And you buy the first round and you sitting there waiting and you just waiting and they not looking at their drink and they not even asking you, their drink is down, and they're gonna have another one, but they not saying nothing, right? And then they go to the bar and they buy themselves a drink but don't buy you a drink. Is that toxic? Nah. Or you go to the bar, and because I feel weird going to the bar when I'm with a friend and say, "Hey, what are you getting?" Now, okay, yes, I could be going to the bar, but doesn't mean I'm purchasing the next round. I purchased the first one. Why aren't you offering to take out money? And now, yes, if we're friends, I should know, I don't have to know your financial situation, but you should be able to tell me, hey, I can't afford tonight or whatever. But if you don't say nothing and you agree to go out and you ain't got no money, and then you sit there waiting for me to go to the bar again, to me, is that toxic or not? I mean, they, you know, they don't ask, they don't do anything. I just think it's just a common, decent human thing to kind of, if one person buys a drink, you should buy another drink. Yeah, and obviously, you're not supposed to support someone's drinking habits. I get that. But I feel like one person bought you a drink, the other person should buy you a drink. And then after the first round of rounds, now y'all on your own. But see, sometimes I feel like I get stuck in the round buying the drink because I started the process. So sometimes then I feel like, am I looking at that person in a negative way because they're not stepping up? Or is it because I'm feeling guilty? I'm feeling a certain way. And so it's my emotional connection to feeling bad or going to a bar, going up to the bar after purchasing the first round and just buying my drink and coming to sit down and act like everything is hunky dory. I just feel like I would have a bad taste in my mouth about myself. You know, you know, or they promise to get the second round, right? And they don't get another one later, Um, I just feel like that's not compromising, and is it, it's unpredictability too. People might get in a certain mood if they're a little moody. We have friends that are just in their own headspace, right? And they're just unpredictable. I don't go out. That's why I don't go out with a couple of people anymore, because they're just unpredictable. I just feel like their mood is so toxic. But I get it. If they had a bad day at work, they don't want to talk about it, or hey, is everything all right? And they like, I hate when somebody says, I'm fine. They ain't fine when you say I'm fine. You're not fine. And you know that your friend is having a bad day or there's an issue, and their mood just ugh, it just changes. People don't realize, again, it goes back to my statement. You are responsible for the energy you bring into a space. You are also responsible for the energy you allow into your space. So if your friend is a little moody, it could be toxicity, but then maybe it's just Monday or whatever day, they just having a blah day. And, um, you know, when is it actually a problem, though? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I would love to hear from you, what comments that you might have in regard to, is when is it actually a problem? Now, don't get it twisted. No pun intended. Real toxicity exists in relationships. If someone is draining your energy or making you feel worthless or isolating you from people who you love, that's a flashing neon sign. Get out now. Okay? That's what that really truly means. And maybe, just maybe, some of what we call toxic is just life. Relationships aren't about perfection. I'm not perfect at all. They're about figuring out who you can tolerate for long periods of time, without wanting to throw them out of a moving, vehicle or out of a window. Um, the twisted truth here. Not every bad trait is a deal breaker, and not every difficult relationship is toxic. The real challenge is knowing when to walk away and when to grab a mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Who's the toxic of them all? Because sometimes the toxicity we see in others is just a reflection of the things we need to work on ourselves. That's why I jumped out of bed. It's 11:43 on a Monday. That I just thought about this, so I wanted to get on here. So, are they toxic or are they just annoying as hell? That's the real question, right? Are they real? Are they really annoying, or is it just us? I just want to know. What do you think? Leave a comment. And I just want to know what you think. Are you in a toxic relationship or are you just dating a human? I want to know. And are they just annoying or are they really toxic? And if they are, get out. And I'm thinking about posting something about steps to letting go because a lot of people say I know how to let go. I do. I don't look back. I cut people off like this. I got a bunch of scissors. I can cut, and don't even look back. I don't know why I have this skill set. I want to analyze it so I can help others let go. But I want to say thank you for tuning in to the Twisted Truth with me, Corey Wesley. Remember to like, subscribe, comment. If you're interested in my other video, I have a video about the gay best friend. That's me. And and if that person who considers you the gay best friend, are they truly an ally? Or are they truly accepting of who you are? So that will be up here. You can click on that and listen and watch. Other than that, remember to stay blessed. Because what? You are already blessed. And remember to love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. Or believe in yourself, trust yourself, and love yourself. Whatever it is, do those three things, okay? And remember to just stay blessed because you are already blessed. And have a great day, night, wherever, or whatever time, whatever day you're watching this. I hope it helped you figure out whether it's you or them or both of y'all just toxic human beings just being flawed. And just if you are seriously in a toxic relationship and those warning signs that I mentioned are there and it's making you feel bad about who you are, it's time to go. And it's okay to let them go. Have a good day. Bye. That's a wrap for this episode of The Twisted Truth with Corey Wesley. If you've enjoyed today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share the show with someone who needs a fresh perspective. Remember to stay curious, stay bold, and always remember this: the truth isn't always what it seems. Until next time, keep thinking, keep questioning, and keep twisting the truth. See you soon.